Are you early?
This week on Dueling Review, we review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 74, Trial of Krang. Part 2 of 3. The trial begins and the surviving witnesses are strange and unusual, featuring old friends and uncertain allies. Krang has more tricks up his sleeve, though. He wears sleeves. And the malignoid swarm threatens to devour all of Dimension X. So how you doing?
Well, I'm not on trial in Dimension X, so I guess I'm doing okay.
Oh, man. That Krang the Conqueror.
No.
No?
Warlord Krang.
Not Krang the Conqueror?
Not Krang the Conqueror.
He is Krang the Conqueror. What's going on with Krang? How come the solicitation says he has something up his sleeves? I thought he didn't have sleeves.
Well, he doesn't have arms. He's like a big pink rubbery head. I don't know. What I want to know is why all of a sudden is Groot in this?
So that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if, there's a tree guy and there's a duck guy and there's some other things in here. I was just wondering if maybe they weren't because, they're in another dimension. The turtles are in another dimension, helping to not hunt down, but helping to bring in these people who are going to, what are they called? Witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be witnesses against Krang in his trial for being a war criminal despot.
Right.
And
well, Ace Duck is an old school turtle character,
and the Triceratons are also TMNT characters. But I thought maybe just because it was a different direction, they were kind of riffing on Marvel a little bit with those two.
Oh, almost certainly. I think there's definitely some Guardians of the Galaxy riff in here, and intentionally so. And, having the Fugitoid in here, you're kind of like, it's the Fugitoid.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Fugitoid? I had his action figure.
I don't remember the Fugitoid because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for me, it was, ooh.
It was a cartoon.
It was, ooh, look at this mysterious black and white comic book that's slightly oversized. And, ooh, look at the edgy artwork and look how dark it is.
Edgy.
And I'm like, okay, let me pick this up. And, of course, being a true indie comic, the comic shop that I shopped at in the 80s when I was a kid wasn't getting everything in, or if it was, certain people were buying their copies and so they'd run out of stuff. So there are huge gaps in the whatever dozen or so issues that had already been released. So it was a little hard to kind of keep track of everything. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated show comes out, and suddenly that, ooh, look at those edgy, dark ninjas suddenly turned into Kawabunga, dude. Hey, let's get some pizza, rock and roll, wiggity, wiggity, what? And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll deal with this to a point. and then came the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And I was like, I'm out. Sorry. Nope. So, I've got a good baseline for Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang and the little monster bots and some of the things that happened in that first season of the animated series. But when we get into Dimension X and some of this other stuff, I'm totally out of it. Now, the Triceratons, I think that's their names.
The Triceratops people, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they appeared in one of the black and white comics.
All of this did, actually. Even the Terradrome and Krang does come out of the black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Book.
Yeah. But the crazy stuff that we're seeing here was just like, no, okay, I'm gone. So some of this is still relatively new to me when it comes to stuff that, literally from 1991 on is basically I distanced myself from the Turtles like you wouldn't believe. Except for the video game. I love playing the video game.
The video game was nice, and the neutrinos showing up here is interesting because they were weird cartoon characters that came out, the teenagers from Dimension X, which is nice.
Yeah.
And seeing all of this tied together and somehow tied into a relatively adult plot line.
Oh no, it's really interesting.
Yeah, Krang is forced to deal with the consequences of his actions, and characters like Leatherhead and whoever that guy whose face is a head, but it's also his torso.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of this is about, but I mean, this issue holds together because the parts of it that I do know, I'm like, hey, I know that. But even if you don't know it, this arc feels like it has real consequence. It feels like this is an issue that is meaningful. And it's interesting seeing the Turtles have to deal with consequences because there haven't been any for a long time.
Right. And the other thing that's interesting too is that they're bringing on, a serious topic. I mean, you're going into laws and courts and,
Right.
cross examining witnesses and, legal trips around the system and loopholes that Krang is taking in throughout this issue. But at the same time, instead of using the dark and edgy drawings of the turtles, they're kind of the wiggity wiggity whack turtles with the crazy cartoony look that I believe is more in line with the TMNT adventures that are on the Nickelodeons or the kids networks or whatever it is. So I kind of dig it.
Similarity in the noses and the head shape.
Yeah, and this being the middle issue of a 3-part arc doesn't bother me because people are starting to learn previously in. That was all I needed to know to catch up. So that here are these what are they, the Magnoids or whatever they are, whatever the insect race is. I was like, oh, okay, I can totally deal with that. I know what's going on. Everyone's stepping in. They go into court. Everything's happening. I'm like, yeah, cool. And then the judge gets strangled on the last page. I'm like, oh, this is really cool.
The Malignoids.
The Malignoids, that's what they are.
Because they're malignant, which is from the Latin malig, which mal meaning bad and ig meaning giant rock ape.
So here's one thing that I had a problem with the story, or at least in how the story was presented.
Okay.
The prosecution gets up to make their case, and it's a wall of text. Now, generally, I don't have a problem with a wall of text, but balloon arrangement from both the prosecution and the defense side, those balloons are kind of all over the place and at times become very hard to follow.
Yes, the balloon placement here is not what it should be. And I am kind of bothered with the way the actual text is put within the balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like there's a lot of dead space. I'm not entirely happy with the ballooning and the lettering in this issue.
Yeah, I forget who. There's someone online that does a lot of stuff about lettering and balloon placement. Is that who it is?
Yeah, Busick is all about it.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to show him those two panels and have him, deconstruct it and say, well, this is what will make it better. Because especially from the defense side, because you're reading everything all on the right side of the page, and then the balloon dialogue goes from upper right corner down to lower center, doesn't make the flow of reading that much easier. And then there's a part where it bounces out to a balloon and then it bounces back up. It's a little distracting. But other than that, that was the only thing that I really had a problem with. And there wasn't so much turtle action going on. I mean, Donatello is an assistant to the prosecutor. But other than that, not much turtle action.
I'm kind of fine with that, really, because even the turtles, even if you're a teenager and a mutant and a ninja, you're going to have quiet moments. You're going to have things that are mostly thought processy. I'm wondering if the fault is actually with the artist for not leaving appropriate places to put the balloons.
It could be.
But either way, yeah, I agree with you. There are some issues where it's like, man, there's a lot of text on these pages, and it's not fitting where it needs to go. There's another point where Fugitoid and Donatello are clearly meant to be on a screen in the foreground,
mm-hmm.
but somehow the word balloon is actually covering up part of both of them,
mm-hmm.
so you can't tell if they're in the foreground or the background, and the bubble is such that it actually kind of destroys or damages the storytelling of the panel.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to now lean towards the theory that maybe the artist didn't take into account all of the script when they did that information.
Maybe. I don't know. Other than those two panels, I really had no problem with this issue. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was intriguing. I love how Krang has all the fine print and he wasn't actually there, and promises that were, spoken but not in, contextual contracts. I just loved all the little legal loopholes. But I wonder if, you and I may find this fascinating, but I don't know. I'm still guessing that a younger audience is a target, so I don't know if this would lose them or not, because it's like, I want to see turtles doing pow crash bang, and this is all courtroom drama. I can watch that on NBC.
IDW stuff is not aimed at young audiences. IDW's Turtles, their Ghostbusters, their Transformers, their G.I. Joe is clearly aimed at the grown-up fans who were kids in the 80s and 90s. So I think that we are probably a little too old to be the target audience, but only by about 5 or 10 years. I think this is aimed at kids who were Rodrigo's age in the 90s
Probably. Yeah.
and are now grown up and want to have their turtles cake and Edith too.
Do they want to have their turtles and eat them in soup too?
No, that's just gross.
Oh.
You can't eat a turtle.
Yeah, you can.
And Leatherhead is in this.
Yeah.
Gotta love Leatherhead.
Yeah.
He's a crocodile.
Yeah, he is. He looks
or
like
a crocagator. I don't know what he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't
can't
know.
tell them apart.
For me, I thought it was a kind of a thumbs up kind of thing. I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was interesting. I really want to see what happens in part 3. To be honest, I'm caught up with everything I need to know to the point where I don't need to read part 1, which may also be kind of a failing for this issue if I didn't have to read part 1. And again, part 1 could have been all biff bam boom, fight 'em, rock 'em, sock 'em stuff that was really cool. And like you said, this is the moment where they sit back and let everyone else take charge. But if I can step into issue 2 and just kind of pick up with what's going on, I kind of question whether I really needed chapter 1, if it's just kind of repeating everything or just, bringing everyone in. But I know you don't like the in media res and all that kind of stuff. And so maybe issue 1 is needed.
I like each issue to be a complete reading experience of itself. And I feel like if your issue 1 is something that establishes your premise and has some cool moments and maybe some plot and some interesting bits and pieces, maybe Donatello says something like "Cowabunga, dude," and everybody laughs and you come out of it satisfied. And then you go into issue 2. Issue 2 recaps issue 1, moves things along, does a new thing, and gives you this cliffhanger where the judge is strangled.
Yeah.
Then next month we come into issue 3. Any one of those issues can be read in and of itself. And up to the point in the story you will be clear and coherent. But there are parts of this that are solely here so that you can enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that. I like, quiet moments. And I like, oh my God, look, it's Leatherhead. Oh my God, it's Ace Duck. Hey, look, it's the teenage hot rodders from Planet X.
Yeah.
All of that stuff works for me. I like this solely because when it comes to a book like this, I, first of all, love seeing a number above 12 on a cover.
Yeah.
I'll give this a full slice of meatloaf just for being a number above 12. That's how tired I am of this. And I really enjoy the idea that we can be away from the turtles forever. I haven't read a turtle book in probably 3 years, and you come back in, step in, everybody's here, you know who everybody is. Hey, look, it's the turtles. Bam, Turtle Adventures, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, 2 of the 3 covers are gorgeous.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look at all the variants on this. I just wanted to jump right into it. I did. One of them is an Eastman cover that looks all dark and gritty, but in color.
The Eastman cover is pretty awesome.
That's the one I paid attention to.
And I really love the rooftop cover with all 4 turtles leaping into action.
Yeah.
And that cool in the foreground, you got this cool Leo. Leo doesn't get a lot of cool moments because Leo has to be the grown-up. So it's nice to see him being all kick butt and injury in the foreground. I like that.
Yep. So it sounds like it's a big winner for us, which is kind of refreshing considering the many weeks now that we've both had books that we just really missed the target and that we really didn't like, or at least missed our target. Now, I'm not saying that those comics weren't for everyone, but they certainly weren't for us.
We may not have loved them, but
we certainly read them.
Said, every comic is someone's first, and every terrible comic is someone's favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
And while those people are wrong, I still look at them and I go, you do you, man. You enjoy your thing.
Yeah. Coming out next week from Dark Horse Comics, we have Plants vs. Zombies, the hardcover box set, Volume 3. Visitor.
On my lawn.
There's Visitor, How and Why He Stayed, trade paperback, also from Dark Horse. It looks like Dark Horse has everything in trade paperback except for Usagi Yojimbo, number 162.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Over at DC Comics, All-Star Batman hits number 14. Bane Conquest hits the middle mark at number 6. Batman number 32 arrives, as does Batman and the Dawnbreaker number 1. That's a metal cover. Cyborg 17, Deathstroke 24, Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica number 1. I think they have some Adam Hughes covers, so hubba hubba right there. Justice League number 30, holy cow. Nightwing number 30, and Superman number 32, which continues that's Action Comics that will continue the Oz effect. IDW Publishing has Judge
I believe
Dredd,
it's pronounced
Blessed
the Oz
Earth.
effect.
Is that what it is? Judge
Yeah.
Dredd, Blessed Earth number 6, Princess Bride, As You Wish, Honorable Quotes to Color trade paperback. Yep, that's right. You heard me. Spooky and Strange Tales, Monster Inn hardcover, and William Gibson, Archangel. That's a hardcover right there. Image Comics has Elsewhere number 3, I Hate Fairyland Special Edition. There are a bunch of different covers for that one, including the F*CK uncensored image variant. Interestingly, all the variants from Image Comics all stay at $5.99, and if you have the F*CK uncensored image variant, they're not charging you like $2 or $3 more. It's still $5.99. Very nice.
That's interesting.
Motor Crush number 7, Postal number 23, Regression number 5, Rocket Girl number 10, and Walking Dead number 172.
Burn it out a fuse of Harlow.
Marvel Comics has the Astonishing X-Men number 4, Hawkeye number 11. What? They also have a Planet Hulk prose novel? Wow, yes. That's interesting. You can also get the entire Hulk World War Hulk Omnibus for $125 if you want. There's also, Matthew, I know you're ready to jump on this one, the Muppet Babies Omnibus hardcover.
Make your dreams come true.
$75 for that one. Tomb of Dracula, the complete collection, volume 1, that's $40. Muppet Babies Omnibus, $75. Tomb of Dracula, complete collection, trade paperback, volume 1, $39.
I want that.
Venomverse wraps up with issue number 5, and X-Men Gold number 13 arrives with a $3.99 cover price. Over in all the rest category, we have the Americarate number 7, the Archies number 1. That'll be a lot of fun. Archies hit the road, and a bunch of real-life bands and groups are going to be appearing in that series. No word on if they're going to be riding around that chopped-up Model A with Hot Dog riding in the back or not.
Hot Dog's dead, man. That's what started the whole afterlife with zombie apocalypse.
Centipede number 3. Let's see.
Knock, knock.
Yes?
Centipede.
Yes, Centipede. What can I do for you?
Centipede on the Christmas tree. Christmas is ruined.
Oh, boy. Jungle Fantasy.
Okay, I'm serious.
Jungle Fantasy Survivors number 5. How many covers does it have?
Wait, it's always an
even number. Okay,
8.
Double that and you would be correct.
What?
16 covers.
Covers?
Yes.
Okay, so wait, there's
the regular one that's also got a mature reader's tag on it, right?
Right, and then there's Sultry.
Let's see. There is the Sultry and the Sultry Nude, correct?
Sultry Nude. Then there's Nude.
Let's see. No, there is nothing that is just nude.
Then there's Original Recipe, Kentucky Gold,
so you've got
Georgia Hot.
You've got 3 of them, including Bikini Babes Nude, Ice Age Nude, Ice Age Sunrise, Ice Age Topless.
Ice Age Nude is not safe because that's how you get frostbite.
You also have Luscious and Luscious Nude, Natural Beauty and Natural Beauty Nude. Oh, there is a nude. There is a nude cover and a sultry and sultry nude, and then rap and rap nude.
Now, wait, is it a spinach wrap or is it?
I don't know, but apparently it's a lot less calories than getting the full foot long.
I guess if your wrap is nude, it's neither spinach nor tortilla. It's just fillings.
Pink Panther, the Pink Anniversary gets a comic book. I don't know who that's by.
How many nude covers are on that?
That one does have 4 variants.
Well, the Pink Panther's always nude, so I'm going to say that they're all nude covers.
Robin Hood, The Hunt number 3, Shadow Batman number 1. Interestingly, Batman Shadow number 6 just came out today, so now it's Dynamite's turn to take it on.
Oh.
Streak of Chalk hardcover. That's a $20 book. I have no idea what that is. Three Stooges Halloween.
That's based on that Madonna song.
Three Stooges, the Halloween Stooge-tacular, $3.99. And then finally, Warcraft Legends trade paperback, volume 3 and 4.
Nice.
Go get your comic books. You can get the complete list, including the Jungle Fantasy Survivors number 5 listing all over at Majorspoilers.com Monday afternoons or as soon as the Previews World updates with the full list. Next week on Dueling Review.
In a world where Batman has gone too far, the Joker must save Gotham City.
He's been called a maniac, a killer, and the clown prince of crime. But White Knight? Never until now. Batman, White Knight #1. Set in a world where the Joker is cured of his insanity and homicidal tendencies, the Joker, now known as Jack, Joker on Jack, Mash on a Fire, sets about trying to right his wrongs. First, he plans to reconcile with Harley Quinn. Then he'll save the city from the one person he thinks is truly Gotham City's greatest villain, the Batman.
You can show your support for this show and everything that we do at Major Spoilers by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Hey, listen, there are so many podcasts out there that are big corporate-owned NPR conglomerate podcasts. Not Major Spoilers. We're the small guys. We're the ones that are creating content for you week after week after week. And we love doing it. We want to continue doing it, and that's where you can help us out. Your small monthly contribution allows us to keep this show going, pay for our growing costs, and gives us the motivation to produce more. That's right, more just for you, our favorite people in the world. So what are you waiting for? Join the over 300 people who have already signed up at patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Your ears will thank you. Your eyes will thank you. And you'll say, thank you, Stephen, for bringing us Dueling Reviews, and we can't wait to listen to next week when we'll hear Matthew say,
somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.